Hey, hello everybody, it is Dr. Steve. Welcome back to another episode of Core Wellness TV. We're in the Core Wellness Institute studio today, and I'm going to be answering a question from a subscriber, and he's asking about if I can't do this correctly, and you say you can't tolerate imperfect form, then how can I do the rest of these exercises, right? So I'm going to go over what's the minimum of what you should be able to do with your core before you should start exercising and doing other things, okay? But before I get to that, today is brought to you by the Core Wellness Institute online training and coaching program, right? It's the same exact therapeutic lifestyle change program that I put on in my office, where people come and pay thousands of dollars and spend a lot of time with me. And what I've done is I've taken all of that information, all of that training, all of the handouts, all of the exercises, all of the talks that they come and listen to in person, and I've got them all recorded for you in a multimedia format. And so you get all of that information, so you get my entire program coming to you in your house without spending thousands of dollars or traveling thousands of miles, okay? You can go and check that out at reversecpsnow.com. That's reversecps, cross posture syndrome, now.com, okay? So here we go. Edie says, Dr. Steve, after a few days, I still can't connect the bottom of my ribs to the floor without pushing hard. As soon as my feet leave the floor while trying to do baby back, all of my weight drops straight to my pelvis. So my question is, how can I do these exercises if I can't even support my body correctly? I'm curious because you said that imperfect form shouldn't be tolerated. Let me explain what he's talking, or she is talking about. Edie, I'm sorry if that's a he or a she. I'm assuming it's a she. With baby back, one of the self-tests that's when people sign up for the blog, you may have already. If you go to gettoyourcore.com, there's an exercise series that you get there, and one of the self-tests is to test your ability to connect your ribs to the floor, and then lift your feet off the floor without losing that connection to the floor. This is important because this is how we develop as an infant. This is how our upright posture begins. This is how all movement begins, is through this support, through the back support zone, or through the thoracolumbar junction of the back. You have to be able to connect that to the floor, okay? And that creates a pressure in the center, which creates a stable base from which to move. Okay? Makes sense? Makes sense, right? So you make the center, and the test is the ability to lift your feet without dumping your pelvis. So he's saying he has to push really hard to get there, and when he does lift his feet, he loses it. Okay? So what he's saying is, how can I go on if I don't even have that right? I don't have the fundamentals right. How can I move on? Well, here's the thing, is the goal of the baby back exercise and the baby belly exercise, which is the opposite where you're laying on your belly. The thing about that is it's all designed just to develop awareness of what that feels like. Okay? And the whole Reverse CPS Now series and course, the whole thing is designed to make that more possible for you. Because a lot of times the reason people can't do that is because maybe they've got a really tight thoracic spine up top. And when they lay down, it throws their ribs up and it makes it really hard. So that's why we focus a lot on thoracic spine mobility, right? Sometimes you have to fix that to be able to anchor down better there. Okay? So the whole process, the whole program, even the free series, all of those exercises in the free series are designed to help you more efficiently be able to connect your back support zone, which then supports your upright posture, supports your anti-gravity system. Okay? So to answer that, what's the minimum? Is you have to be able to understand what that at least feels like, right? All right, you've got to get rid of that amnesia. So one of the things, even if you can't perfectly anchor your ribs down to the floor, you can at least feel what it feels like to pressurize your center, because that's basically what we're doing there. When we make that connection, we are pressurizing the center, your center. Okay? So what you can do is, hopefully I'm still in the camera. I'm going to go down just a little bit. Get your fingers around your front and your back, like so. And can you stiffen like, it's like you're bearing down. Like cough, sneeze, bowel movement, bearing down. Get that? Bearing down. And you should be able to stick your thumbs into your flanks, just above your pelvis, like so, and stiffen, bear down, and feel that pressure. Activate, like that. And even better, if you can make it happen with a breath, that's extra bonus points. Okay? But the bottom line is, if you can create some pressure around your center, both through actively and volitionally tightening and stiffening your center, and or breathing into that and letting the breath create that pressure, which again is preferred and best. But if you can at least have the awareness of that, then you can move on into the other exercises in the Reverse CPS Now program, and then everything else will come much more easily. And then, if you can at least keep your center pressurized like that, then you're more free to start walking or do some exercise classes. But I always recommend that you at least go through the free series so you understand how to reverse this process, because if you start doing exercises, doing a lot of presses and push-ups and things like that, and you don't have your muscle balance correct, you're going to end up injuring yourself and sitting on the sidelines frustrated that you can't exercise. I get that all the time from people as they run in, they start exercising, they injure themselves because of poor form, poor muscle balance, and then they're in here and they're frustrated and they start gaining weight and they start getting depressed and all that jazz again. So spend the time and learn how to use your body correctly. Spend the time and develop the confidence and develop that sense of centered power. Okay? And then start really getting into your whatever you want to get into. You can kickbox, go do Zumba, go do Pilates, go do yoga, go run or whatever. But understand how your body works functionally first. Okay? That's my plea to you. All right? And just go to, you can get the free series again at gettoyourcore.com, and the whole series where you can do the whole program, the whole comprehensive program, is at reversecpsnow.com. Okay? Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that was helpful to you. Pressurize that center. Try to use that breath to pressurize that center. And good luck to you with that. And if you have any questions, and if you're watching this on the blog, please comment down below in the reply box. If you're watching this on YouTube, just slip on over to the blog, because that's where all the action happens, okay? All right, guys, have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.